good, everybody? Welcome back to Does Boxing. Back again with another rankings video. We got the IBF for the month of December 2025. So yeah, we're gonna tap into that. Before I get into it, I want to salute everybody coming through. I appreciate the time. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Tap into that poll that I have in the chat. Yeah, let me know which sanctioning body is the best. It's been a crazy week with the WBC. I'm pretty sure, we got our thoughts on that. But feel free, join into the conversation. Speak your piece, man. Talk your shit. I appreciate it. Salute to the playback as well. I appreciate you guys coming through. All right, so we're going to go to these new IBF rankings. So, like I say all the time, I like to go straight to the sanctioning body, to the website. It's other websites that do rankings and stuff like that. They don't always be 100% accurate. No slight to them. No slight to them. I just like to go straight to the organization sanctioned by the website. So yeah, let me pull it up real quick. Yes, sir. Y'all bear with me. All right, we in there. All right. So these rankings just came out not too long ago. Came out today, and kind of interesting stuff too that we're going to talk about. All right, so starting with the heavyweight division, Alexander Usyk is unified champion. He gave up his WBO title. Fabio Wardley is the new WBO champion. Not sure what's next for him for his first defense. But Usyk at the WBC convention, he said this week that he want to fight Deontay Wilder. So, he want to do what he want to do. I'm not really mad at the fight because Deontay is a big name, and that's one of the names in his era. So he already fought two of them, Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Deontay, although he's faded to me, that's still a name. You know what I'm saying? When you put it on your resume. So we'll see if that fight comes to fruition. The WBC said, yeah, let's do it. So Usyk don't have a mandatory, so he can make that fight happen. The number one spot with the IBF is vacant for the heavyweights. So we're supposed to get, man, this is a long road. I ain't really trying to go down it, but it's been a long path to get a number one mandatory challenger. But Frank Sanchez and Richard Torres has both agreed to enter negotiations to fight for the number one spot. So, yeah, it's been crazy trying to get to this point. People pulling out and whatever, going different routes. But, yeah, Derek Chisora is technically the mandatory. He's number two. He won an eliminator against Aldo Wallin. And he's trying to have his 50th fight, but the fight with him and Derek Chisora didn't happen. It's supposed to happen next week, but that fell apart. So we'll see. But Sanchez and Torres, that's actually a good fight. Let's see. That's a step up for Richard Torres. Jared Anderson looked like he's gonna make a comeback. Hopefully, he's dedicated and he's motivated to get back in there. But Coley, Jolov, Guido number 8. That's not a bad opponent for Jared Anderson, to be honest, on some top rank shit. Still waiting on top rank to get that deal. Richard Rapport, number 9. Coley, right here, number 10. Michael Hunter, number 11. He's actually fighting, I think he's fighting today in the UK. Very under the radar fight. I haven't heard about any TV, none of that shit. Daniel Dubois, he pulled out of the to fight Frank Sanchez. So maybe he gets something bigger. Queensberry got a lot of heavyweights. Fabio Wardley versus Daniel Dubois will be fireworks. You know what I'm saying? Herkovic is in that mix as well. Maybe he can get Fabio too. Moses Atama is going to face Jermaine Franklin January the 24th. He's going down the WBA route. Although the WBC did order a Coley versus Atama, I don't see that happening. You know what I'm saying? So, interesting stuff. Heavyweight, it got a lot of stuff going on. Emmanuel Pettigrew in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Jose Diaz, what's good? Man, what's good with you? Hope everything's good with you, too. Everything's great over here. Salute. Yes, sir. All right, cruiserweight. Jair Bataya, he's the IBF champion, Ring Magazine champion. He is fighting early this morning. So he's fighting on UFC Fight Pass in Australia against his mandatory, Hussein Sankara. So you can catch it on UFC Fight Pass, 2:30 a.m. on the East Coast. That's the time the card going to start. 11:30 on the West Coast. So you want to tap in with Jai Battaglia, UFC Fight Pass. That's where you go to. But yeah, he's a monster. I like him. He want unification, which I'm for it. I think he will get I think he will unify with the winner of Badu Jack and Noel McCallan for the WBC. I think they will. I think they will do a unification. But let's see. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shaky stuff in these sanctioned bodies. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like Jai Battaglia though. He's nice. I expect Sin Cara to come out firing, but I think he's gonna fall short. Let me see. Who got some? Nothing on Chris Bell Smith. Massenet is supposed to fight a European title fight, but I'm not sure. Ramon Freeze is trying to fight a WO interim title. Leonardo Masqueo, number 6. He's fighting December the 19th. Let me see. I think that's about it for everybody. Pat Brown. I like Pat Brown. Tristan Caltrue. I like those guys. Maybe they'll fight. If they do a matchroom versus Golden Boy, maybe that can be one of the fights. Brandon Glenn up in there. So yeah, cruiserweight division. So we know the unified champion Zerto Ramirez. He's going to do a comeback fight coming off a shoulder injury, January the 16th. He's going to fight Robin Safar and defend his titles. If he wins, he moves into a big fight with David Benavidez Cinco de Mayo weekend, May the 2nd. That fight already done. We just got to get win on Zerto to win. So that's what's up. All right. Light heavyweight, Dimitri Bivol. So he's unified champion. He's out with a back injury. Not sure when he's going to come back. I seen Eddie talking about him coming back facing maybe his mandatory, Michael Eifert. They did order Eifert versus Wallace to be an interim title fight, but I haven't heard much on that. So we'll see what's next for Bivol. A lot of talks about him and Beterbiev doing the trilogy. Beterbiev is a promotional free agent, so I'm not sure who he's gonna lock in with. David Morrell and Callum Smith has made a deal to fight for the WO interim title. So that fight will likely be in February, Riyadh season. It's a possibility they can go on Shakur's undercard January the 31st, but we'll see. But I'm thinking more so Riyadh season on Valentine's Day, February 14th. So we'll see. Malik Zanad just got a good win, so he's number 5. Maybe Zanad versus Akmalov. Maybe they'll fight. I don't know. Katiev he got a new opponent. He was supposed to face Richard Rivera, but he's gonna face Adam Danis. Danis, he been in the ring with Beterbiev and I think Arthur Albert Ramirez. So Katiev is coming back after his only loss to Morrell, and I thought he won that fight. So he's fighting December the 11th, so next week. We seen Ben Whitaker last week. Ben Whitaker was ordered to face Joshua Bowaxi, the fight that I like that fight. I'm not sure if that's on Matchroom's plans, but I like that fight. That's a winnable fight for Whitaker based on how Bowaxi looked in his last 2 fights. I thought he lost. He should be on the 2-fight losing streak because I thought he lost to Parker, even though Parker didn't really stamp himself. He outboxed him. Let me see. Nigel Lopez. Hopefully he'll be back soon on Pro Box. There go Bawaxi. O'Teef Overton is fighting this weekend, tomorrow. He's fighting the journeyman Von Alexander. So that's a fight he should win. You know what I'm saying? Winston Lee, what's good with you, bro? Morrell, he's finally getting serious. Yeah, he switched camps. He's with Ismail Salas now. And I think he just had a baby, and he probably wanted some time for that and get adjusted to his new trainer. So yeah, hopefully because he 0-2 this year too. To be honest, Z Pacino in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Yes, sir. So that's like heavyweight 168. Yeah, make sure you guys coming in tap on that poll. Which is the best sanctioned body, man? Crazy shit. All right, 168. Terrence Crawford is now the unified champion at 168 pounds. We know the story. He got stripped of his WBC for not paying sanction fees. He has an IBF mandatory, Iglesias, but I don't see Crawford fighting him. Iglesias is rumored to face Bruno Saras. So let's see if Crawford is if he. I don't know what he gonna do. It's I don't know. It's speculation at this point. But if he's not going to campaign at 68, he should go ahead and vacate, especially after he vacated. Oh, he got stripped of the other one. But we'll see. But Iglesias and Saras may be on one of these Riyadh season cards because they also trying to do Billy versus Hamza Shiraz. So that's Riyadh season. You already know. So if they add Iglesias on there against Saras, I can see that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Thumbs. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate it. Ismail Salaj, you're correct. He had another child. Okay, see? You know what I'm saying? I don't just be throwing up shit and trying to make sure it stick to the wall. We be tapped in too. I appreciate you, bro, for verifying that, making sure keeping me on my toes because it's a lot of crazy information out here. And what it is, they put out information and they don't provide any back no source or they'll never cover themselves. They just put it out there, just throwing shit at the wall. Then if it comes out wrong and you question them about it, they're like, huh? I never said that. I'm just going off what somebody told me. But a lot of times these content creators, they would speak shit up. They would speak on stuff as it's facts. They don't give you a disclaimer. Well, this is what I heard. This is the word on the street. You know what I'm saying? So it take the shit off of them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we on it. So yeah, Iglesias is nice. I don't see Crawford fighting him. Canelo, I wonder who he gonna fight coming back. We'll see. Jaime Munguia was ordered to fight no, what's his name? Luka Plantic from Croatia. The WBC ordered that as an eliminator. So let's see. I mean that's not an easy fight for Munguia, but we'll see. Munguia is coming off a PED situation where he got cleared, so it is what it is. I want to see Iglesias. Yeah, no, he's nice. Yeah, he is. He's nice. I like him. So I talk about Shiraz versus and Billy Zuckerhammer. He's fighting on that show in Germany, Cabiel's undercard, January the 10th. I seen that. William Skull is fighting. Who he fighting? Jacob Bank, January the 31st. So that's a comeback fight for him. Kevin Sajo is facing Diego Pacheco next week in Stockton. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. Haven't heard much on Beck the Bully. Hopefully he'll be back soon on one of these Golden Boy cards. So Golden Boy trying to do a card. Keep tracking home for me. Golden Boy trying to do a card at the Honda Center in Anaheim, February the 13th on a Friday. And from what I'm hearing, it's Regis Prograde versus Oscar Duarte and Schofield versus JoJo. The next week, they're doing a co-promotional thing, pay-per-view, with Ryan Garcia and Barrios. And then they got a card scheduled on the books for March 28th. Then they're doing a co-promotion deal with co-promotional situation with Matchroom. And then they got May the 2nd. So they got cards coming up where Beck the Bully can hop on. You know what I'm saying? So let's see which one he get on. I like Beck the Bully too. All right, moving on. Middleweight. So Janabek is a current unified champion. We know he tested positive for a banned substance this week, and he got pulled off the unification fight with Lara. He got pulled off the card. They're still investigating. He has to show proof and open his B sample. More than likely, he's gonna get stripped because he's on that meldonium, that shit that Povetkin was on. That's man made, and that's not supposed to be in your system. So let's see. They strip him of both of his titles. We'll probably see Olaha versus Ammo. They were supposed to fight this year, but Olaha had an eye injury. He couldn't fight. So I don't know. Ammo is the mandatory. So we're gonna hear something soon about if they would have had the fight, the 3-belt unification, the IBF was ready to order Ammo versus the winner of Janabek and Lara. So Ammo is gonna fight for a world title. Once Janabek gets stripped or whatever happens with that, Ammo probably fight for a world title. It just against who? Galtieri. My understanding, he going down the WBO route. Shaquille Thompson, he just signed with He just signed with Queensberry. Good fighter, tall, rangy, southpaw, 6'3". He's gonna fight Brad Pauls. That's a good fight. That's gonna be on January the 24th on Moses of Thomas card. Aaron McKenna. Some news about him and his brother Steven. They just signed with Teofimo's managers. One of Teofimo's managers. So they hopefully they get something big too. They might be back and they training in LA. So yeah, Aaron McKenna, we haven't seen him since the Liam Smith fight. Like his bro, he had a lot of momentum. We just haven't heard shit from him. That's nasty. When guys have good wins and we don't hear from them, it's crazy. Severia's supposed to fight Denzel Bentley for the WBO final eliminator. But look, if Janibek gets stripped, which I'm thinking he will, Denzel Bentley versus Severia for the vacant WBO. So they're probably just waiting for that now. Amari Jones moved up like 3 spots to number 9. He had a good debut with Golden Boy. Man, listen, the way the middleweight division is, maybe an eliminator for Amari Jones, and get him in that spot to fight the winner, especially if the title becomes vacant. Get him in the mix. So Golden Boy know what they're doing. Get him an eliminator with one of these guys in front of him, and let's see. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Fedor Shikazian, he just fought recently. Michael Zarafa gonna face Nikita Zoo in January. Then Yo-Yo Hernandez, good fighter. Hopefully he get an opportunity as well. Marlon Prince in the building. What's good with you? He has to get stripped. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. But you never know. WBC. Well, it wasn't the WBC fault why Matisse kept his belt, but they could have overruled it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? 154. Bakram Mutazaliev will make his mandatory defense against Josh Kelly. So I know you guys see 1 and 2 is vacant in 154, and the reason why Josh Kelly is getting the opportunity as the mandatory because they requested it. Because remember Lubin, he pulled out of it. Lubin was the mandatory, but he pulled out to sit on the ropes against Virgil Ortiz and get stopped. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy to me how he fought that fight. I'm still mad at that. But Lubin pulled out, so Josh Kelly, he accepted the position. So those guys gonna fight January the 31st. Matchroom just signed Josh Kelly, so I mean that's basically a future opponent for Boots, depending on what he does next. So yeah, let's see. Callum Walsh is probably going to TKO. Brandon Adams. Now they ordered Brandon Adams to fight Jarko, a final eliminator. Now I'm not sure how far that's going to go. I hit up Brandon Adams people. They say they down for it. So let's see. Bakari Samaki, he was ordered to fight in the WBC eliminator. I like him. Good fighter. We haven't heard much from. Well, I haven't heard nothing from Adriel Holmes since Lubin stopped him. Freddie Rojas, I haven't heard much from him either. Giovanni Santillan. Now we will see him back. He should be on Xander's undercard January 31st in Puerto Rico. Not sure about the opponent. Ben Mahoney is fighting. Is he fighting this week? Maybe he's fighting on Jared Bataille's card. Can't remember. Then you got Milan Pratt. So yeah, Just Dubas in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. So yeah, 54 still, is like that. We're waiting to see Boots. Well, we got some encouraging news at the WBC convention. Eric Gomez said he's with Golden Boy. He said that they're working on a deal with Boots and Virgil for March 28th, which that's great news for boxing fans. Hopefully they get it past the line. They said they're going to hit something next week. So let's go. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want anyway. And at this point, I don't think we even care about belts being on the line. Like, real talk, the way this shit been going this week with these sanctioned bodies, just give us the fights. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let us crown our own champion, people champion. Make sure you guys coming through the building. Tap on that poll in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Which sanctioned body is the best? We already know what it is, but I want to get you guys feedback. Welterweight, Lewis Crocker. He's the IBF champion. He's penciled in to have a comeback, to have a title defense, April the 11th. So I don't know if it's gonna be a big name because he's doing a homecoming. So if it's a homecoming, guys like Haney not going over there. Rolly ain't going over there. So we're gonna eliminate the champions. Conor Ben said he's not fighting them. Barrios fighting Ryan. So it'll probably be somebody in the top 15, right? Now, interesting. We have I think it's gonna be between two people. Or yeah, two names that's come to my mind right now. Pat McCormick, he's fighting tomorrow. He's fighting Conor Walker. That's a matchroom fight. That's actually a solid fight. I think the winner of that is in position to fight Lewis Crocker. Lewis Crocker already beat Conor Wallace, but it was a good fight. Could have went either way. It was competitive. McCormick is a good amateur standout, and he may be the favorite over Crocker if we get that opportunity. But the caveat to that, they fight for IBF international title tomorrow. So that's going to put the winner in like the top 10. So maybe that's a future, that may be a possible opponent for Lewis Crocker. Then the other one, Harlem Eubank. Harlem Eubank come in the new rankings at number 15. Lewis Crocker went to Harlem Eubank's fight a couple of weeks ago. Like, what's the purpose? So Harlem Eubank, we know he fought Jack Catterall and stuff like that, but that might be a good name for Lewis Crocker to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because you know the Eubank name, but him entering the new rankings at number 15 and Crocker going to his fight, like, come on, all fights you could have went to, you went to that one. Come on. So I think the winner of McCormick and Walker and Harlem Eubank may be the opponent for Lewis Crocker for his hometown defense in April. So it's other names like Jack Catterall is maybe a more deserving name, but I don't know if he's gonna get that fight. You know what I'm saying? Leon Paro is gonna face Patty Donovan for the IBF final eliminator, January the 16th. So those guys will get they're gonna get ordered to fight Lewis Crocker like after his defense. So he's allowed a voluntary. So that's what it is. Ricardo Salas, hopefully he gets something soon. Karen Shikazan is not too far away. Conor Ben is number 6 here. So, um, I feel like that's a natural fight. If you just want a world title, fight Lewis Crocker, but he's hell bent on getting the WBC. And the WBC made him the mandatory for Barrios and Ryan Garcia. So he ain't going that IBF route. Coriel is going to run it back with Lexus Rocha in January. That's the same card Zerto going to be on. Jack Carroll, Papat, Rohan Polanco, and Tiger Johnson. Tiger Johnson is a new entry at number 11, coming off a big win over Nick Floss. Maybe top rank do this fight if they can get a deal or whatever. That'd be good. Maybe they'll fight on Xander's undercard. I'm not sure, but that would be a good fight. Like real talk, Polanco and Johnson. And they missed out when Devin Haney beat Brian Norman. Them two right there would have been the two prime candidates to get Brian Norman in a hometown fight in the A. But of course, Norman lost his title. Zalani Embidge is fighting next week too. He's fighting in Dubai. I forgot his opponent, but he's fighting in Dubai. Yeah. So yeah, bro, it's interesting. 147 is wide open, and to me, it's still wide open. Devin Haney, WBO champion. You know what I'm saying? Solid performance by beating Brian Norman. Then we got Rolly, WBA champion. He's talking about fighting Pacquiao. They pushing that fight back, looking like March sometime. What else? It's crazy. We got Barrios and Ryan. So yeah, bro. Let's see. It's an opportunity for some big fights, but let's see how we gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? I think he gonna beat Conor Walker. Yeah, I think he gonna box him. Perro, you on point. I gotta give it to you. Um, yes, sir. Appreciate it. But the craziness has been happening. All I want to see is the fights now for sure. I'm the LD. What's good with you, bro? I salute to you. The IBF might have the best rankings for 140. Yeah, 1 through 15. Yeah, solid. I'm with it. Richardson Hitchens is the champion at 140 pounds, IBF champion. Now I've been hearing that he's coming back on Shakur's undercard, and so if you and I've been saying I was gonna do a video on this shit, yo, but I don't know. I've been bullshitting. But Hitchens ain't gonna do a unification. Not that I understand, because Antoine is going to reschedule his fight with Andy Harako, looking like either the end of January or February. So I don't know. So Hitchens probably fight somebody in the top 15. Delgado is his mandatory. Delgado didn't look good in his fight against Gabriel Valenzuela. I thought he lost that fight. He got knocked down in the last round too, what I thought solidified the fight. So who would Hitchens fight? You know what I'm saying? The Duarte look like he's gonna fight Regis. Arthur Belasanov is fight. He got a fight date. Just came out February the 5th. So quick process of elimination. Amazim is fighting January 31st in the UK for boxer. Valenzuela. Maybe they give him an opportunity, even though he got robbed. Kenneth Sims. I would love Kenneth Sims to get an opportunity at Hitchens. I think it's gonna come down to these three: Jermaine Ortiz, Elvis Rodriguez, and Michelle Rivera. I think it's gonna come down to that for those three guys. It's not gonna be Tito Mercado. He's fighting in December. He's not turning back around that quick. And we'll see who he fight if he do fight on that card. Because Hitchens, from my understanding, he's still a free agent and he ain't the most marketable guy, to be honest. So him fighting on that card makes sense because it's in New York. If they stack that card with New Jersey and New Yorkers, that makes sense for that, for that environment. So let's see. But Jermaine Ortiz makes sense. That's not a bad title defense. He's from New England. He's from Connecticut. Elvis, not a bad fight either. He's Dominican. And Michelle Rivera. Michelle Rivera may be the most marketable guy, I guess. I don't know. But he's Dominican too. So either one of those three to me makes sense. You know what I'm saying? For just a title defense. So Tito will be back next week. He's facing Antonio Moran. Big fight for him. They fighting for a WBO regional. Let me see. Who else got some comments? I think that's it for him. Oh, Pierce O'Leary is fighting either this week or next week. Kind of under the radar type of fight. Whoever the most vulnerable, line them up. Who was the most vulnerable of them three? That's pretty tough. I guess Rivera, maybe. I mean, he tests positive. Yeah, maybe him. Jermaine Ortiz is strong. All three of them are solid guys, though. We'll see who he picked. Let's go. 135. So Raymore Tyler, IBF champion. He's gonna face his mandatory Andy Cruz, January the 24th. I like that fight. Good. I'm waiting to see what they're gonna do for that undercard, but that's a good one. So Schofield is number 3, but Schofield gonna fight JoJo. Golden Boy is hell bent on him fighting JoJo for some reason. Mark Masayo is fighting a title eliminator at 130 WBC. So with all the moving parts with Shockey Foster and Fulton and all that shit, Masayo's fight with Michael Magnesi might be for a WBC interim at 130. We'll see. Lucas Body, I haven't heard much from him. I know he's with MVP. Albert Bell was supposed to find an MVP card. That's what they say, but I haven't seen him. I ain't seen him. I don't know what's good. Alan Sanchez. So look out for him. He's a good puncher from Argentina. He mess around and get the be the mandatory for Abdullah Mason. He got a high ranking with the WBO. Now I know Cordina and Flores is fighting for basically like an eliminator per se. They fight next week, but don't rule out Chavez getting an opportunity. And if Chavez fight Mason, that's gonna be a war. If Mason fight like how he fought against my man, that's gonna be a war. But that dude can punch too. But Mason is like that. Let me see. Maxie Hughes is fighting next week. He's fighting a WBA eliminator. Yalier Herrera. He was ordered this week to fight Ricardo Nunes for WBC interim title at lightweight. But obviously, I don't know. I guess that got kicked to the curb because Stephen Fulton missed weight for 130, but they made it an interim title fight at lightweight to fight Shock Foster. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? WBC, they doing their thing this week. They going crazy. Um, Let me see. Diego Torres, solid fighter. Cordena, he's gonna face uh, Torres. Flores. Gabe Flores Jr. versus Joe Cordena. That's next week on Pacheco's undercard. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. Let me see. My guy Andy Cruz, he's ready. He's here in Miami. Remember, he's 30 already. Yeah, they got moving fast. Yep. This is a big step up for him on his based on his competition that he's fought. Not saying he's gonna lose, but this a good step up for him. Raymond Tyler is good. What do you think about Gio Lopez? I don't hear people talk about him. Yeah, he's good. I like him. Strong. I think he had a knee injury. That's why we ain't heard much from him lately. But he's good. Southpaw, they can punch. I know they was trying to run him at 126, but he seems like he can't make that weight. But yeah, he been high in the rankings for a minute. He's Team Canelo. I like him though. So I agree with that. 130. So no, we get a big fight at 130. Nunes versus Navarrete unification, February 28th. That's gonna be a banger. No mandatory right now. I'm thinking Zerbeck versus Ray Ford. They can also either do a eliminator in the IBF or an eliminator with the WBA. Both of those guys, Zerbeck and Ford, are highly ranked in both sanctioned bodies. So I can see Ray Ford being on Shakur's on the card in January. I can see that, but he's not gonna get Ray Ford is not going to get this a voluntary title defense. He's going to have to become a mandatory. So you got two options. They know they bought the strip Lamont Roach, so they're going to elevate Jazza Dickens. He's going to face the Susumi kid in December. Ray Ford can fight an eliminator to guarantee to get the winner of that. Or he can fight an IBF eliminator. He should make it simultaneously. Fight for the IBF and WBA final eliminator so you can have your choice which route you want to go. I mean, the way boxing is, hey, that's not out the window. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. Um, Luis Alberto Lopez got a comeback fight next week. He's fighting in Mexico, December 13th. Mauricio Lara is banned in the UK, but he's still fighting and he's ranked. RBS, Rustin Barney Smith, a good fighter. Andres Cortez, top rank. Liam Wilson is fighting in January. Michael Magnesi going to fight Mark Masayo, WBC eliminator. I like Ryan Gardner. And I like this kid, Dayan Gonzalez from Cuba, which is, he just been out there fighting in the UK. He needs to step up his competition. What's up, bro? What's your thoughts? What's good with you, bro? Felix Nunes. What's your thoughts on Fulton missing weight? Does his body look like that, or he doesn't look? Now he don't have like no abs or nothing like that. He don't look like. Well, he never been like a muscular guy. I think he missed weight. You know what I'm saying, and it's not a big surprise because he's been on social media saying he's been struggling to make weight. And anybody walking around 30 pounds above their weight class, they're gonna struggle to make weight. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come back to haunt you one day or another. So I'm not surprised that he missed weight. And I'm not surprised they're making it for a lightweight title, WBC lightweight interim title. I'm not surprised at that. What I don't like is they just act like we crazy as boxing fans and not telling us what it is, because that wasn't the original plan. Because Shock Foster made 130, Fulton came in at 132. If that fight was originally set for the WBC interim title at 135 lightweight, then Shock Foster wouldn't have lost them extra pounds to get to 130. You would just probably come in like 134.3, right? You give yourself an extra cushion. So they try to like what Bill Haney say. You know what I'm saying? They piss on our head and say it's raining. You know what I'm saying? Trying to take players for a fool. That's the only thing I don't like. Shockey Foster want to fight Shakur Stevenson. That's a good way to get close to doing that fight by being the interim champion. You know what I'm saying? And then they basically order an interim title fight for Herrera versus Nunes Then they ordered it this week. Then they took that away and said, nah, Foster versus Fulton. So basically, Fulton is getting rewarded for missing weight. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. The politics of boxing is just, it's crazy. It's funny. It's right in our face, but they try to say it's something else. Lee Jackson in the building was good. Make sure you guys tap on that poll when you come in. Salute to you guys. Four is the best when it's back against the wall. Might as well aim for Susumi. Yeah, I'm with that. Might as well, but we gotta get Eddie on board with him. I don't think Eddie high on him right now. Gonzalez is good. He has head moving footwork and he can crack. Yeah, he is. I want to see the competition step up. He's been playing Russian roulette with the weight. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like that's way too, and they like glorifying that. You know what I'm saying? Dehydrate big time. Yeah. Like Roy, I seen the clips of Roy Jones and Andre Ward talking about it, and they like laughing and joke. Bro, did they check them on that clip? Because they the OGs. They should have checked them on that clip. They didn't even check them. They laughing and joking. Nah, bro, that shit catch it 164. He walk around 164, make it 126 and 130. Bro, come on. You got to get my information because I have a bunch of videos on him. All right, I got you. You talking about oh, okay, yeah, Gonzalez. Okay, I got you. All right, let's move down. 126. What we got down here? So we got Angelo Leo is an IBF champion, featherweight champion. He has a title defense coming up in February. I think it's February 21st or 19th. One of them. He's going to fight number 6, Daliani. He fought for Eliminator a couple of fights ago. He fought Kameda. And Leo just had a defense against Kamea. So that's a solid fight. And it's a homecoming fight for Leo in New Mexico. Right? Salim is the number 1 mandatory challenger for Leo. So he went up to Japan, got a good win. Salute to him. He beat Nakano. You know what I'm saying? Good performance. Omar Trinidad is number 2. I'm not sure his status because he's with 360 Promotions and he might go to the MVP, not MVP, TKO route. Brandon Figueroa and Nick Ball got a deal in place. Yeah, ain't nobody talk about that shit, but they got a deal in place. Brandon Figueroa is Nick Ball's mandatory. So maybe that's a re-add season fight. That's gonna be a good one. They're gonna be all action. Luis Nunes is fighting on the prelims tomorrow. He's gonna face Hector Sosa. That's a good fight. Y'all tap in with that for the free prelims. Let me see. Nathan Collins got ordered to run it back with Lorente, WBC eliminator. Liam Davies will be back against Zach Miller January 24th. Yeah, I think that's it. So, yeah, bro. Man, we need unifications at 126. Rafael Espinoza, Nick Ball, Leo. Fulton he's still the current WBC champion, but shit, I don't know if he's going to be able to keep the title. I don't know if they're going to elevate Shushu. I don't know if they're going to give Ray Vargas the belt back coming out of recess. I don't know. WBC, man, I don't want this week. I don't know what the hell they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? His comments did seem odd for a fighter of his caliber speaking like that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy shit. 122. Anyway, is going to defend his undisputed crown. He's the only undisputed champion right now. They stripped Crawford and Usyk vacated. So anyway, is the only undisputed champion, male champion. Let me get that right. In the sport of boxing right now. So he's going to face Picasso December 27th. He wins that fight. He'll move on to a big fight with Nakatani in May. Nakatani is fighting on that card too against Sebastian Hernandez. That's gonna be good. Tell him to keep that belt nice for Cuello. Shit, he might not get an opportunity either while they playing. I don't know. I thought he would get Nick Ball, but I don't know. So these guys underneath probably gonna get in position for for eliminators. So let's see. Let me see who got something coming. Sam Goodman got a fight coming up. Sam Goodman fighting in 2 weeks. He's fighting on Tim Tsz's card. Yes, sir. MJ, haven't heard nothing on him. I'm still kind of I'm down on him because his performance was trash against anyway. Like he didn't even try. He was just happy to be there type shit. Peter McGrail got a good fight coming up tomorrow against Shabazz Masood. That's a good fight. That's gonna be on the zone. Y'all tap in with that one. All right. 118, the title is vacant, but next week, December 13th, Jose Reyes is going to face a South African fighter, Landady Nasiki. 3 versus 4 going to fight for the vacant title. So we're going to see. Um, yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, they should be ordering a eliminator because when you win a vacant title, you normally have to make a immediate mandatory defense. So like Michael Angeletti, bro, whew, if he can get in that position, I like him. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the few U.S. fighters that's down here. You got Dominique Crowder, but you rarely see a lot of Americans at 118 pounds. So yeah, root for him. Andrew Kane got ordered to fight an eliminator in the WBC. I like this. It's Akasubi. Akasubi. I like him. He fights on Pro Box. He's fun. So yeah, man, we'll see. And 118 is kind of flipped upside down too since Juntu moved up. We might be getting might be getting Bam at 118 pretty soon. 115, Wilbardo Garcia is going to fight Kenshiro Taraji. You know, Kenshiro coming off a loss at 112. He lost his unified titles to Ricardo Sandoval, but he get an opportunity. He's going to fight on the anyway card in December. Um, you know, Garcia is the lone other champion other than Bam Rodriguez, the final piece to undisputed at 115. Got a big ass roadblock because whoever wins between Garcia and Kenshiro, they gotta do a mandatory next with Andrew Maloney. And it's looking like Andrew Maloney ain't taking step aside. He's at 118, I'm 220. It look like Andrew Maloney not gonna accept step aside money to allow Bam to fight for undisputed. So we'll see. Money talks at the end of the day. So that depending on Andrew Maloney not wanting to give up his position and take a step aside, that's going to speed up Bam's transition to 118, and he'll end up vacating the titles. And 115 gonna have to start all over. So we'll see, man. Now, if somehow the title becomes vacant, then number 3 versus number 4 will fight for that. Ricardo Maclehajack, that kid, I just saw him fight against Vince Paris. He got knocked down in the first round. He got up, got his composure, and outboxed that dude the rest of the fight. Salute to him. He's a solid fighter. He's the IBO champion at 115. Yeah, of course. It runs it. And Maloney, if I'm Maloney, I don't know. They do what they want to do, but if I'm Maloney, I would work out a deal with Bam right now. I would make a deal with him and say, bro, you win, because that's the biggest bag at 115. You know what I'm saying? And you get to fight for 4 belts potentially. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, let's make a deal. That fight got storyline too because you remember Andrew Maloney fought Bam's brother, Joshua Franco. They fought a trilogy. He's 0-2-1 in that trilogy. He should have won the second one though. They got him, but you know what I'm saying. They got some storyline. So I don't know. I guess he won his position, but he's gonna be losing out on a bag. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the mandatory, so he's gonna get what 35% if it goes to purse bid instead of just taking a deal. He gonna probably get more. So I don't know. It is what it is. So let's say Garcia wins. Maloney, he's not with a big promoter. Well, do he have to come to Mexico and do that fight? You know what I'm saying? Or he gonna send my man to Australia? If Kenshiro win, he going to Japan. Like no questions asked. But he ain't gonna be fighting for a big bag. If Bam wins, he may have to come to San Antonio, but they're gonna pay the man. You feel me? They'll pay him. But I don't know. I don't know. I guess he want to be world champion, and that him fighting Bam, he ain't gonna be world champion. So I get it. 112, excuse me. We got Masamichi Yabuki. He's going to make a title defense against his mandatory Phyllis Alvarado. That's coming up December the 27th. That's going to be fun. Alvarado's former world champion. That's going to be a fun fight. So, yeah, looking forward to that one. 112, Ricardo Sandoval is in a voluntary position. He's a unified champion. Um, I don't know. Look, if Oscar Collazo don't get a unification at 105 pounds, I won't be surprised if Sandoval and Collazo fight on one of these Golden Boy shows. I won't be surprised. Galal Ufa, he can take a voluntary defense. He probably need more time off the ring because he took a beat down from Francisco Rodriguez. That took about 4 or 5 fights off his career. He took a lot of punishment. The dude was on PEDs. And he got cleared. So I mean, the shit at this point it's like it don't even matter if you test positive no more. We got 2 guys that's got into the Hall of Fame. I mean, salute to them, but they got into the Hall of Fame with PED allegations. Tonio Tarver tested positive a couple of times. He got in. And then Colin Ben, Naja Ben, excuse me. Naja Ben never popped dirty, but it was a lot of suspicions that he tested positive in the Gerald McClellan fight. You know what I'm saying? So it don't really matter no more. You know what I'm saying? So fighters test positive. They got 1% under. Hey, y'all, you can fight. Go ahead. You can fight. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. If you was gonna clear them to fight, if they didn't meet the threshold of that drug, don't even report it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Don't report it. Go ahead and have the fight, or you can report it, but you have to report it as he tested like, bro. When I was in the army, right, we get drug tests every month. You test like so if you test positive for marijuana, you got a threshold 15%, 15 nanograms. If it's 13 nanograms, they don't even report it. The lab don't report it to the people. They don't report it. You don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So if it's not above the threshold, they shouldn't even report it. But when they report it, it's like, damn, what y'all gotta do something now. You can't report it and not do nothing. And that's boxing. You can test look, fighters test positive, they get right back in position. You know, you seen Crawford don't want to pay station fees, get stripped and get ridiculed all across the boxing streets, right? So it's like a crazy ass situation. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. 108. We got my man Sim Street, the champion, young champion. He got a mandatory. He got a tough ass mandatory. Sergio Mendoza, who just won the final eliminator. Whenever they fight, I expect Mendoza to win and become new champion because he's nice. 108 pounds. We got a new WBC champion, CP Freshmart. He's 2 division now. Who the WBA? Oh, Takami and Renee Santiago going to unify the WBA and WBO December 17th in 108. Zarate, number 3, he lost to CP Freshmart. You know what I'm saying, at the WBC convention. So, and then 105, Pedro Todoran. Hopefully I want to see him versus Collazo first because we seen Collazo and Jerusalem fight before. I'd rather see a fresh matchup, but it don't matter. As long as you get the undisputed, it's fine. Hopefully they work something out and make that fight because Collazo got the other 2 titles. I won't be surprised to see Collazo fighting sometime top of next year on one of these Golden Boy cards. Let's see if they can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what it is. IBF rankings, man, for you guys. Let me check this poll, though. Poll funny as hell. I appreciate everybody that voted, man. You know what I'm saying? Something slight. So, I got the IBF. The IBF, 40%. WO. Yeah, I think, for me personally, I think let me get out of this. I think the WO is number 1. Who you got this weekend? Shit. You talking about the PBC fights? I got let me see. I like Roach. I think Roach will win. I think Fulton gonna out finesse Foster. I think he gonna find a way to win. Out of all this bullshit, I think he gonna find a way to win. I mean, they giving him an out, so he's not at a disadvantage unless they got some type of rehydration clause. I think Lara gets the stoppage over Johan Gonzalez. But let me go back. I want Foster to win, but I think Fulton going to end up getting it. Uh, Jesus Ramos, I like Jesus Ramos by decision. Frank Martin, Frank Martin should be able to beat Rancis at this stage of Rancis' career. If he can't beat Rancis at this stage, I don't know what to tell you. He should win. But I don't like his trainer. I don't like Buddy McGirt. I can't mess with him. Buddy McGirt said he don't watch film on his opponents, on the opponents that his guy facing. I can't rock with that. Isak Lasario, I think he gets the win. And Luis Nunez versus Hector Sosa, man, that's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna take Nunez on that one. I like Jabataya to retain his title. I think Jabataya they're gonna have a quick little shootout, but Jabataya gonna beat him to the punch and end up sleeping him. Who else fighting? Shabazz Masood versus Peter McGrail. Bro, this is a tough one to pick, bro. Oh shit. Tough one. Peter McGrail. I'm gonna go with Peter McGrail. But I gotta do some more warm and fuzzy research. Beatrice Vieira, I think she's gonna fight smart against Turhead. Turhead can punch though. She better be careful. I like Pat McCormick over Connor Walker. I think Sean McComb gonna take this young kid to school, but let's see. Let's see. And I think that's it. Let me know if there's another fight that I'm missing. So yeah, bro. That's what I got in a nutshell. It still should be a good card though, but man, that card, that Pitbull and Roach card been through some shit now. They got PTSD trying to make that damn fight. That card. Janabek pulled out early in the week with tested positive for a banned substance. This first and foremost, they had to reschedule basically all the undercard off of October 25th. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's just been crazy. I think Elijah Garcia, his opponent pulled out, so he got off the card. I think he tested positive, but he's a lower level fighter. It's just crazy, bro. So I just want to see them make it to the fight because it seems like it's tough to get there. But we got a lot of boxing. Um, like I mentioned, though, I can go back over it real quick for the ones who still in the building. I appreciate it. Um, so Jabataya is fighting today. Well, in a couple of hours, he's fighting in Australia. So he's fighting on UFC Fight Pass. That's where you can watch it in the US. So the start time is like 2:30 a.m. for the East Coast. So if you guys want to tap in, we got that. We got the Matchroom show. That's on the zone. So yeah, tap in with that. Check your start times. And then we got the PBC card. Yes, sir. Pitbull and Roach. This is pay per view. I still like it though. I like the card, even though this has been a lot of shit to go through. You know, the Lara fight. Lara is probably going to run through that guy after a couple of rounds after getting adjusted because he get hit too much. But let's see. All right, so that's my time right there. Salute to everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. Salute to the playback. I appreciate the time.